Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, August 25th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 672 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Congressman predicts Democrats will unite to pass spending bills because it's popular and failure would be very bad. California murder suspect killed in Union Station shootout. China says the U.S. and its allies must be held accountable for human rights violations in Afghanistan. After 3 months of investigations, the intelligence community still cannot determine the origin of COVID-19. Louisiana officer dies from COVID-19 one day before wedding. Kayleigh McEnany says there wasn't crisis after crisis when Trump was president. This Idaho high school started the year without masks. COVID-19 forced a quick change. Small plane makes emergency landing on California freeway, clipping cars and jamming traffic. GOP bill would prohibit government from charging U.S. evacuees for flights out of Afghanistan. Scientists detect earthquake swarm at Hawaii volcano. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Japan further expands virus emergency areas as cases surge, Associated Press. Korea Parliament Committee votes to curb Google, Apple Commission dominance, Reuters. Kamala Harris kicks off Vietnam visit by calling out China's bullying tactics, CNBC. Jeopardy! Never considered LeVar Burton for full-time host, TMZ. Charlie Watts life in photos, New York Post. Duterte confirms he'll run for Philippines VP next year, Associated Press. Spider-Man, No Way Home trailer analysis and comics influences explained, IGN. Explained, Real Madrid's obsession with Kylian Mbappé, why they'll bid again and PSG's delicate dilemma, The Athletic. European shares subdued ahead of Fed summit, CNBC. Samsung disables the Galaxy Z Fold 3's camera if you unlock its bootloader, Engadget. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. 8 essential items sleep experts cannot live without. 75 photos of Blake Lively's epic style evolution. Starring on MasterChef Jr. killed the magic of reality TV for me. Fearless 73-year-old skateboarder shows off his unique form in viral video. NRA taunted on Twitter after canceling annual meeting over safety issues. Headstones of African Americans used for erosion control relocated to Memorial Garden. Tearful Mandy Patinkin shares emotional Princess Bride story with grieving fan. One Direction's Niall Horan and Jonas Brothers have weirdest round of golf ever. House passes bill that would strengthen landmark voting law. Oregon is first state to restore outdoor mask mandate in most public settings. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Residents don't want cell tower in their area. Woman says she's lucky to be alive. Vets struggle with high demand, short staffs. Cops anticipate even more carjackings. Twins die after flood rips them from dad's arms. Habitat for Humanity to build large development. Metal Tears 2 off roller coaster, hits woman in head. 4 years after her birth, Fiona's incredible story continues. Restaurant industry afraid of being wiped out. Man cutting his grass killed when car hits him. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Biden receives preliminary report on virus origin. Plains and upper Midwest grow drier as drought deepens in the West. For Afghans, a fraud transition to life under the Taliban. Few women ascend Japan's corporate ladder. Is change finally coming? How Mexico helped the Times get its journalists out of Afghanistan. The Afghan army collapsed against the Taliban. Here's why. Rejecting COVID inquiry, China peddles conspiracy theories blaming the U.S. Dixie Fire Dispatch, returning home to a valley filled with flames. The worst thing I can ever remember, how drought is crushing ranchers. How two Jewish sisters built a cultural oasis during World War II. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Female Afghan journalist fears Taliban will kill her, changes address daily to hide. Kamala Harris visits John McCain Monument in Vietnam, 3 years after his death. Herschel Walker declares Senate candidacy in Georgia, a top GOP target in 2022. Adam Buller, negotiating with the Taliban, here are the lessons I learned. Garcia's strong start helps Astros cool off Royals, 4-0. Pollock, Urias lead Dodgers past slumping Padres 5-2. First Paralympic gold medal goes to Paige Greco of Australia. Who wins college football's biggest prizes in 2021? Texas Governor Abbott steps up border security efforts. Orioles losing streak reaches 19 with 14-8 loss to Angels. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, August 25th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Tradition of using llamas to carry supplies for Leadville 100 Ultramarathon in Colorado continues. Where do COVID vaccine mandates stand? We kicked it up a notch and lit it on fire, Hell New York on season 2 of The Other Two and working with Molly Shannon. Tesla owners say their cars increasingly targeted for break-ins. Baseball report, Miguel Cabrera joins 500 home run club. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Moment Orthodox Jewish man is struck in face in fourth anti-Semitic attack in London on same day. The woman behind Charlie Watts, devoted wife of 57 years Shirley. James Bond bosses tease new scene from No Time to Die. Nirvana and estate of Kurt Cobain are sued for exploitation claims over 1991 Nevermind album cover. Construction site worker realized real identity of co-worker Adolf Eichmann and tipped Mossad. Cleaner reveals hoarder tenant left behind plastic bags full of excrement. Kanye West files to legally change his name to Ye, amid divorce from Kim Kardashian. Princess Charlene finally reunites with Prince Albert and her children. Drill rapper, 20, is jailed for 11 years for knife attack. Beauty therapist left woman with eye damage after she smashed glass into her face, court hears. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Through 4 wars, toll mounts on a Gaza neighborhood. Harris, in Vietnam, gets a dose of China's challenge to the U.S. Live updates, Taliban tries to bar Afghans from fleeing, orders male officials back to work. Former Army chief is highest official to be charged in Colombia's false positives killings of civilians. Reports, Russian says he swam to Japan Island, wants asylum. Biden should end North Korea travel ban, humanitarian and advocacy groups say. China slams U.S. intelligence report on origins of coronavirus pandemic. Palestinian shot by Israel in Gaza border clashes dies. Jewish prayers held discreetly at contested Jerusalem shrine. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Tokyo 2020 Paralympics Day 1, swimming, cycling, wheelchair rugby and more, live. Coronavirus live news, concern over waning protection in double-jabbed people, Biden review of COVID origins reportedly inconclusive. Afghanistan live news, unclear how many will be left behind after evacuation, says UK Foreign Secretary. Apathetic voters could hand California recall to Republicans, folks seem unaware. Iceland plus, Christmas at risk from HGV driver shortages and supply chain crisis, Business Live. Kanye West formally applies to change name to Ye. Don't divert your eyes, Afghan teachers urge world to defend girls' education. Silence is golden, the archives of Charlie Chaplin, in pictures. U.S. intelligence study inconclusive on COVID origins, according to reports. Long COVID limbo, some U.S. patients wait months for diagnosis and treatment. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Afghanistan could get worse for Biden as deadline softens, The Note. In private, Qatar warned U.S. officials of growing crises at bases housing Afghans. 42 migrants arrested after coming ashore in South Florida. 2 Congress members fly to Kabul amid chaotic evacuation. Kanye West asks court to legally change his name to Ye. The latest, Korea nearly matches a tie for new cases. Mexico welcomes arrival of its first group of Afghan refugees. House passes John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. Police investigating house party shooting that killed college student. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Afghanistan, how much opium is produced and what's the Taliban's record? Landslides kill 15 in western Venezuela after heavy rains. India woman who accused MP of rape dies in self-immolation. Kanye West files to officially change name to Ye. Afghanistan, why cannot the UK hold Kabul airport without the US? Bilal Sarwari, in the city I loved, suddenly nowhere was safe. Charlie Watts, Jagger and Richards pay tribute to Rolling Stones bandmate. China schools, Xi Jinping thought introduced into curriculum. Narayan Rane, India minister arrested over slap remark gets bail. U.S. court rules asylum seekers must stay in Mexico. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Florida summer COVID wave leaves Jacksonville gasping, it's like the floodgates broke open. Calder fire, knocking on the door of Lake Tahoe area, becomes nation's #1 priority for firefighting resources. After the strike, the toll of 4 wars in Gaza. More colleges are requiring the COVID-19 vaccine, some are starting to kick out unvaccinated students. Extraordinarily concerning, type 2 diabetes is soaring among Black, Hispanic youth, study shows. House passes bill bolstering landmark voting law. Delta-driven surge enters deadlier phase in U.S., and whose dying is changing, Fauci promotes monoclonal antibodies, latest COVID-19 updates. Keep your guard up, CDC studies show waning COVID vaccine efficacy as Delta variant sweeps U.S. Today in history for August 25th. At least 9 victims of 98 dead may have initially survived Surfside condo collapse, but were not found by rescue teams, investigation shows. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. President Biden approves wildfire major disaster declaration in California. LA's female firefighters face hostile workplace, Garcetti appointee says. Data breach reveals Chico State students seeking vaccine exemptions on religious grounds. New murders and more. ME's 13 members added to sprawling case against gangs clique. Crews stop brush fires. Forward progress in Riverside County, remain on scene for containment. Dump truck crashes through Anaheim apartment complex, killing one person. Coronavirus cases lead to missed school days for 6,500 LAUSD students during first week. Prison guards COVID death resulted from transfer of infected inmates, family alleges. Racist Shaniqua postings show Salima students stomping on black doll. Judge declares mistrial in Michael Avenatti embezzlement case. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Uruguay has vaccinated 70% of its population with 2 doses against COVID-19, Brazil only 26.83%. Explosive video shows police wrapping bag around suspect's head in Thailand. He later died. New book reveals detailed accounts of alleged war crimes by Australian forces in Afghanistan. Eyewitness accounts include how a soldier allegedly shot and killed a young disabled Afghan man, and assault rifle magazines were then planted on the body so photos could be taken. Man who left hotel quarantine to go to pub jailed. Samsung confirms all its televisions contain TV block, a remote disabling functionality. U.S. veterans revive long-dormant escape networks to save Afghan interpreters. All Scots under age of 26 now entitled to free dental care. Illegal amounts of overtime going on at 37% of Japanese companies in government inspections. The U.S. is building a military base in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Micronesian residents have questions. Hackers release data trove from Belarus in bid to overthrow Lukashenko regime. Japan, 112 miles per hour roller coaster shut down after 4 riders report broken bones. WHO says COVID misinformation is a major factor driving pandemic around the world. Palestinians receive 500,000 coronavirus vaccines from U.S. Blue whales returning to Spain's Atlantic coast after 40-year absence. Copenhagen has overtaken Tokyo and Singapore as the world's safest city. The next headlines are from Forbes. Don't abandon cricket in Afghanistan after Taliban takeover, pleads former top boss. Sydney COVID cases skyrocket to record high despite 2 months of lockdown. It's time to talk about easing Trump's China tariffs. Biden reportedly receives inconclusive report about COVID origins from intelligence agencies. What Walmart, Target and Home Depot are trying for their supply chain meltdowns. WWE Raw posts highest rating in month following SummerSlam, gains momentum against EY. The Milwaukee Bucks extend head coach Mike Budenholzer's contract. WWE NXT results, winners, news and notes on August 24, 2021. Supreme Court forces Biden to return to remain in Mexico asylum policy. Pelosi tells House members to stay out of Afghanistan after 2 flew to Kabul. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Control methane to slow global warming, fast. Can artificially altered clouds save the Great Barrier Reef? How Zoom helped the neurotypical world hear my autistic voice. Preprint pen and grant applications deemed plain ludicrous. Babbling bats, auto-corrected genes and COVID antibodies. COVID vaccines and blood clots, what researchers know so far. How, Nature as COVID coverage has made a difference. 5 principles for climate resilient cities. Could Europe become the first climate-neutral continent? So much ice is melting that Earth's crust is moving. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,727,111,558 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. A Fu Hershey's first look deal with Fremantle, DeMeo kicks off with series on $2 billion scandal. Busan Festival launches on-screen TV series section, confirms hybrid film market. Amazon, BBC, Sky, Channel 4, BFI sign historic charter to improve UK TV freelancers' working lives. Nent Group orders dark comedy series Ida Takes Charge, unveils first still exclusive. Hong Kong filmmakers very worried by censorship law. Man photographed as baby on Nevermind cover sues Nirvana, alleging child pornography. Reconstruction of occupation sheds light on crushing of Prague Spring. Warner Brothers reveals new footage of The Matrix 4 feat and the Batman at CinemaCon. Bachelor in Paradise recap, Thomas Jacobs, Riley Christian and Lance Bass shake up the beach. Betty cancelled at HBO after 2 seasons exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. VP Harris says the U.S. will provide Vietnam 1 million more vaccine doses. An animal rescue is racing to get hundreds of pets out of Afghanistan before August 31st. ATF hasn't had a confirmed leader in years, now Biden's nominee is languishing. An LAFD captain is under investigation after an anti-vaccine mandate video rant. 2 congressmen make secret trip to Kabul amid U.S. withdrawal chaos. Supreme Court orders the Remain in Mexico policy reinstated for asylum seekers. Disney World has an agreement to require union workers to be vaccinated. A woman who coughed on store food, claiming she had coronavirus, gets a jail sentence. Trump ally Herschel Walker is running for U.S. Senate in Georgia. Journalist, Eddie Gallagher case reveals a war for the soul of the Navy SEALs. The following headlines are from The Week. Afghanistan collapsed, U.S. alliances won't. Biden needs to get more aggressive about Delta, for our sake, and his. The hidden costs of American imperialism. Late-night hosts find the common thread between the Spider-Man trailer, COVID-19, and Biden. The vast majority of U.S. COVID-19 deaths are still unvaccinated adults 65 and older. Restaurant finds a creative way to send blind customer a birthday message in Braille. Naked baby chasing money on Nirvana's iconic Nevermind album cover is suing band, claiming child pornography. FCC proposes $5.1 million fine for conservative activists who made unlawful robocalls. Amid chaotic evacuation efforts, 2 congressmen made secret, unauthorized trip to Kabul. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Newspaper unions in Texas fight for first contracts. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Dust storms on Mars continue to make the planet drier. Watch 14 hours of Enceladus geyser action. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, August 25th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Here are 2 ways to find the Andromeda Galaxy. A black hole with rings, V404 Cine. ESA screens a record number of astronaut hopefuls. Andromeda Galaxy, all you need to know. Pluto became a dwarf planet on today's date. The next news is from Politico. The G7 met to debate Afghanistan. The decisions were already made. World Bank suspends aid to Taliban-ruled Afghanistan. It's governors versus the White House this school year, and no one is winning. CDC pandemic response limited by patchy data on breakthrough infections. Secret Service warned Capitol Police about violent threats one day before January 6. How screwed is Adam Kinzinger? Harris calls on Vietnam to join in opposing China bullying. Judge spars with Justice Department over media protections. White House to media, we want our props on Afghanistan. Anatomy of a power play, how 9 House Dems cut their deal with Pelosi. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. After PAI's move into lucrative mortgage market. Paralympics 2021 live updates. Australia win gold in cycling and swimming as wheelchair rugby team suffer shock loss. I got questions. Spike Lee entertains 9/11 conspiracy theories in new doco. Murdoch's Fox News issues ABC with legal threat over Four Corners Trump episode. Australia Post senior staff rewarded with almost $92 in bonuses. Get Me Oprah, Richard Pusey released after serving jail terms. Returning serve at Pet Cash's dangerous COVID-19 rant. Victorian outbreak grows quicker than NSW, but tide may be turning. Farmer's tribute to aunt after COVID-19 prevented him from attending funeral. Celebrity hairdresser Joe Bailey tells Premiere, I'm ready to open back up. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Peter Morici, polls tough choice, curbing inflation, or appeasing the Biden administration. Market snapshot, U.S. stock futures stall as Asian COVID concerns and slowing German growth weigh on sentiment. Kelly Blue Book, Alfa Romeo's ambitious all-electric plan. NerdWallet, 3 advantages to hiring teens for your small business in this labor market. Next Avenue, is healthcare ageist? Financial crime, I am, likely, the world's most stupid person, former Microsoft and Amazon executive sentenced to 2 years for filing over $5 million in fake PPP loans. The big move, my father died last year without a will, my brother and I finally inherited his house, will we need to pay taxes when we sell it? Crypto, why did Visa just buy a CryptoPunk NFT for $150,000? The payments giant wants a seat at the table as the crypto economy evolves. What in the white nonsense is this? Washington Post columnist faces criticism over his assessment of Indian food. The Tell, water funds attract $35 billion as drought drains reservoirs. A new report asks if they are worth it. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Enadim Incorporated announces partnership with Nipino Group News. Bakersfield.com, the Bakersfield Californian. David R. Hall News, Sports, Jobs, Nashua Telegraph. Last week in the Federal Circuit, August 16 to 20, controlling for authentication, J.D. Supra. Latest federal court cases, August 2021 number 4 Schwab, Williamson and Wyatt PC, J.D. Supra, J.D. Supra. These shoes are made for talking, Inventor's Digest. U.S. Air Force prototypes, patents 55-gallon drum with auto rotation deceleration and guidance, TechLink. How Gem and Chakraborty make the case for Dabu's intellectual property, United States, Mondac News alerts. China's new patent law, updates on term adjustment, term extension, the Lawyer's Daily. Innovators to watch 2021, Lixology. CB Therapeutics expands biomanufacturing IP portfolio. Business ValdosTaDailyTimes.com, Valdosta Daily Times. The next headlines are from Quartz. Silicon Valley's most successful incubator is doubling down on space tugs. Afghan funding blocked, Xi Jinping thought, bird dung crab spider. What's behind South Africa's shocking unemployment numbers? China will teach Xi Jinping thought to school children. Swift action on climate change can help India gain $11 trillion by 2070. The US is randomly rejecting travelers from Europe with valid visas. A wave of US vaccine mandates made the FDA's Pfizer approval more meaningful. Maersk is betting $1.4 billion that Amazon is serious about climate change. A guide for employers considering COVID-19 vaccine mandates. One German company has run tech support for prosthetics at the Paralympics since 1988. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Sony takes down leaked unfinished Spider-Man trailer, releases finished 1 day later. Appeals court shuts down Kansas 30-year-old ag-gag law. TechDirt Podcast Episode 295, What Oracle Google Means for Copyright and Interoperability. U.S. Army now using Clearview's unproven tech to investigate crimes. Congressional lawmaker give up attempt to dump qualified immunity in police reform efforts. Daily Deal, the 2021 Ultimate Microsoft Excel Business Intelligence Bundle. Political consultant misrepresents nearly everything in arguing that the gov should make Google Facebook pay news args. Cable's U.S. broadband monopoly continues to grow. Washington State Supreme Court says $547 fine imposed on a homeless man violates the Constitution. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Hawaii. J.R. Smith. Zendaya. Herschel Walker. Jammer Chase. Victoria P. Bachelor in Paradise. GME. Lease from injury. Destiny 2. Mick Jagger. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Baby from famous image on Nirvana's hit album Nevermind sues band for profiting from sex trafficking venture and child porn. Twitter sends blessings and curses to veteran Iranian diplomat Javad Zarif as he leaves office for academia. RT's Boom Bust investigates what's behind recent cyber attacks. Maybe they're just gay. Simon Callow condemns tyrannical approach taken by LGBTQ+ rights group on gender identification. Taiwan reports 0 new locally transmitted COVID cases for first time in over 3 months. Russian Defense Ministry reveals plan to evacuate more than 500 people from Afghanistan, including citizens of Ukraine and Belarus. China discovers massive shale deposit at its largest oil field. World Bank cuts off financial support to Afghanistan as Taliban seizes power. U.S. VP Harris tells Vietnam to raise pressure on Beijing, as Chinese media accuse Washington of sowing divisions in Asia. Indian economy to expand by more than 18% in April-June, report. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. UK McDonald's runs out of milkshakes amid supply chain chaos. Central banks cannot really taper in this slowdown. It finally peaked, the delta of Delta turns negative. Catholic Church's latest scandal, reports of priests using Grindr in US and in Vatican. Biden finally to 6-minute Afghan presser, reiterates support of allies, takes no questions. Instagram fuels 70% rise in online grooming of children, UK charity. Glasgow landlord tries renting their SH out as a micro-office. Spain Supreme Court rules against using vaccine passports to restrict access to public spaces. The dangers of going back to school after a year of COVID-19 lockdowns. Taliban captures U.S. military biometric devices. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. India rushes teacher vaccinations as some physical classes resume. Afghans kept in wretched conditions at U.S. base in Qatar. Zimbabwe to use IMF funds to support beleaguered currency. Palestinian shot by Israeli army in Gaza Strip dies. How Brazil's indigenous rights in Janjaweed tribes legal battle. How photographing Yemen during the uprising changed me. The Biden-Bennett Summit, a U.S.-Israeli reset? Central American nations ask, can Bitcoin cut remittance costs? Tokyo 2020 Paralympics sees record number of LGBTQ athletes. Israeli leader to meet with Biden as tensions grow in Middle East. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Jewish Republican Alliance endorses Larry Elder for governor in California recall. Reps Moulton, Meyer after surprise Kabul visit, we won't get everyone out on time, even by September 11th. Cancel culture takes aim at Notre Dame's leprechaun mascot. Surrender, Antony Blinken says U.S. must get Taliban permission to evacuate Americans. Exclusive, Governor Brian Kemp fires back at Atlanta mayor, soaring murder rate and she wants to focus on mask mandates. Texas election integrity bill back on track after some fleabagger Democrats return for quorum. Matthew Dowd, Biden should be congratulated for extremely good job on Afghanistan. SCOTUS rejects Biden plea to halt Trump's Remain in Mexico policy. Watch, angry Afghan screams go to hell, Biden, as Taliban take over. Schiff confirms January 6 committee is investigating House Republicans, nobody is off limits. The next headlines are from UPI News. Tennessee truck driver wins $200,000 lottery prize in Arkansas. Watch, great-granddaughter presented with 146-year-old marriage certificate. Look, volunteers rescue stranded dolphin on Irish beach. Watch, Florida house for sale has a giant oak tree at the center. Watch, man skates across Canada to save the bees, break Guinness record. Watch, bear steals Amazon package from Connecticut woman's front step. Look, large dog rescued from small drain pipe in California. Irish man bounces 2 basketballs 729 times in 1 minute. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Teachers and students receive school essentials thanks to T-Mobile's $1 million donation. German company makes concrete to charge electric vehicles from roads with 95% efficiency and low cost. If you have someone to talk to, it could stave off Alzheimer's, researchers find. Swedish firm delivers first batch of green steel to Volvo, made without any coal. Archaeologists discover mighty Queen's seat of medieval power in a lost monastery in England. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, August 25th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Baby on Nirvana's Nevermind album cover sues band for child porn. Man dies after using adhesive instead of condom. Smoking smartphone sparks emergency evacuation of Alaska Airlines jet, 2 taken to hospital. Poland's Beautymax, Lotus create flower-scented asphalt. Nirvana sued by Baby from Nevermind album artwork for child pornography. Belgian woman banned from zoo claims to have had affair with chimpanzee. World's fastest accelerating roller coaster closes after breaking rider's bones. Police suspect poisoning at German university as students turn blue. Horrifying and amazing, giant tortoise filmed attacking and eating baby bird. Model quits the catwalk to teach sewing and fashion design to underprivileged women in Kenya. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Inside Boston Dynamics project to create humanoid robots. OnlyFans founder now blames banks for its porn ban. Nerl is taking the stage at TNW conference, come meet our amazing speakers. South Korea aims to end Apple and Google's commission dominance. Review, I expect you to die too is the most fun I've had in VR all year. Xbox gets cloud so you don't have to wait for slow downloads. Killer robots, get real. It'll be easier for AI to just erase our minds and steal our bodies. This site perfectly encapsulates the horrors of today's internet. These 5 ebooks guide you through the steps for designing and creating a great product. Amazon was built for side hustlers. This training can get your new digital store up and running. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Bird communities threatened by urbanization. Research shows scale models effective for predicting storm damage to wood-frame buildings. Quantum computing, exotic particle had an out-of-body experience. Like venom coursing through the body, researchers identify mechanism driving COVID-19 mortality. Early warning system for sepsis shown to improve survival rates and cut hospital stays. Healthy sugar origin in stingless bee honey revealed. A novel gene involved in male infertility, ZFP541. Record-breaking lithium metal cell. Measuring how the Arctic responds to climate change. Green hydrogen, focus on the catalyst surface. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, August 25th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Another 1,140 COVID-19 cases in Utah, and 9 more people have died. Will Salt Lake City School District enforce the mayor's K-12 mask mandate? Yes, sort of. It's complicated. Wondering how you'll get a coronavirus vaccine booster in Utah? Here's what we know. Legislators cannot do much to stop Mendenhall now, but guardrails could be coming. Ken Garff Group acquires 9 dealerships in 4 states. LDS Church fires back at James Huntsman's unfounded tithing lawsuit, stands by its story on funding of City Creek Center. Salt Lake County DA says convictions for these 2 men lacked integrity and asks they be vacated. Bagley cartoon, haunted by the past. Creating culture in a WFH world, how 3 small businesses, including one from Utah, did it. Pac-12, ACC, Big Ten form alliance for scheduling, policy in response to SEC's growing power. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. Dust-sized supercapacitor packs the same voltage as a AAA battery. U.S. Space Command is now warfighting force, needs permanent home. Google says staff have no right to protest its choice of clients. iFixit says the Playdate is a surprisingly reparable Game Boy throwback. Older Tesla vehicles to get UI performance boost thanks to famed video game engineer. Apple wins patent for dual display MacBook with virtual keyboard, wireless charging capabilities. Man steals 620K photos from iCloud accounts without Apple noticing. Waymo starts offering autonomous rides in San Francisco. Samsung kills the cameras on the Galaxy Z Fold 3 if you unlock the bootloader. Bosch says the semiconductor supply chains in the car industry no longer work. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Six Flags starts giving away 20,000 tickets to those who get vaccinated. Possible justice for Allie Koschel in the form of plea deal for her murder. Missouri AG suit against schools with mandates says masks not supported by science. You paid for it. Mautner questions water tower proposed in Sunset Hills. St. Louis Public School District unanimously approves vaccine mandate among all employees. St. Louis Regency signs of plateau in COVID hospitalizations. Cardinals offer Yadier Molina $10 million for 1-year contract extension. Deputies searching House Springs, Mofer suspect in machete assault. Mandy Murphy shares over 30 years of memories with Fox 2. 21-year-old charged with impersonating University City police officer, stalking ex-girlfriend. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Snell, Musgrove open up about Padres pitching coach changes Fritz takes over. New video, audio recordings detail moment plane went down on I-5 near Del Mar. North County parents rally for mask choice in Encinitas classrooms. County reports 1.3K new COVID infections, 3 deaths as Delta variant surges. San Diego leaders take first trolley trip on Mid-Coast extension. Man who discovered American toddlers dead on Mexican ranch, builds memorial for them. Caitlyn Jenner says border, pandemic restrictions on businesses led her to run for governor. Supreme Court orders remain in Mexico policy reinstated. At least 5 aircrafts have landed on San Diego County freeway since 2013. $1,000 reward offered for information on suspects who shot teen in face. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Air Force KC-135 Stratotanker was late for Ukrainian Independence Parade. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. The last meeting of Mao Zedong and Chiang Kai-shek. U.S. granted Chinese student visas at pre-pandemic levels in June. Famous TV host suspended by China's second-largest broadcaster amid sexual assault allegation. With Confucius Institutes dwindling in the U.S., what's next for Chinese language education? This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, August 25, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Could students be required to get COVID-19 vaccine? 1 dead, 2 injured in Brentwood shooting. Family of San Quentin guard who died of COVID-19 sues prison. Watch, off-duty officer saves choking baby in Livermore. San Jose City Council approves vaccine mandate for city-owned buildings. Biden approves major disaster declaration for wildfires burning in California. Pride flag ceremony canceled due to anti-vaccine demonstration at San Jose City Hall. Recall candidate Jenner says CA needs more inclusive governor amid claims against elder. Registered sex offender arrested for exposing himself to woman, Sunnyvale police. Time-lapse video show wildfire smoke choking Tahoe. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Japan adds 8 more areas to coronavirus state of emergency, expanding it to cover half the nation as cases surge. Toronto FC visits Montreal, looks to break 3-game road slide. Columbus heads into matchup with FC Cincinnati after losing 6 in a row. Yankees slug 3 hours, beat Brave to extend win streak to 11. Leading off, Otani vs. Skidingos, Bregman back for Astros. Former Algonquin, Fox Lake Police Chief Russell Lane dies. Asian stocks mixed after Wall Street hits new high. Woods Creek Tavern in Lake in the Hills to close. Lutheran schools in Itasca, Naperville still not complying with mask rules, state says. Palatine Street Fest will be back starting Friday. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle swimming beaches begin to close for summer, indoor pools reopening in September. State finalizes toll rate increases for Seattle's 520 bridge, SR 99 tunnel and Tacoma Narrows Bridge. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 29.51 km, in Kermadec Islands, New Zealand, August 25, 2021, 5:58 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Burkina Faso, Benin, Central African Republic, Cameroon, Ghana, Nigeria. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Canada, United States. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, August 25th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Longtime friend of Galleria area restaurant shooting victim says he's one of a kind. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton cleared by own office of wrongdoing and bribery allegations. Angry woman targets wrong Harris County home looking for stolen cash. Rain chances increase the rest of this week. Security officer shot and killed man during altercation in East Harris County, sheriff says. How do districts determine school closures? Here's a breakdown. Tropical system likely moves into southern Gulf this weekend. Houston rabbi who was found after hours-long search charged with unlawful restraint, HPD says. Help wanted, this is who's hiring in Houston. Kanye West asks Los Angeles court to legally change his name to Ye. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Israeli leader meets with Biden as Mideast tensions grow. First Paralympic gold medal goes to Paige Greco of Australia. Harris, U.S. to provide Vietnam 1 million more vaccine doses. Pain compliance, video shows trooper pummeling black man. Biden to tackle cybersecurity with tech, finance leaders. Industry group sees $8.2 billion insured damage from German floods. Japan further expands virus emergency areas as cases surge. The latest, UN Health Agency sees virus cases leveling off. Morocco regrets Algeria's decision to cut diplomatic ties. The latest, China describes effective talks with Taliban. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, the Rolling Stones steadfast, brilliant drummer Charlie Watts has died. NYC surpasses San Francisco as most expensive rental market in the country, report. In inaugural address, Governor Hochul pledges vaccine and mask requirements for New York schools. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Spider-Man and Doctor Strange get into wacky multiversal shenanigans in Spider-Man, No Way Home trailer. Disgraced former Governor Cuomo stripped of International Emmy Award. New York City school vaccine mandate brings relief for parents and legal threats. Early edition, it's 90 degrees out and you're telling me it's pumpkin spice latte season again? What does the Lieutenant Governor of New York do? Investigating power, will resigning in disgrace protect Cuomo from prosecutors? We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Resilience in a riskier world. The tragedy of Afghanistan, is there a way forward? Smartphone app helps Fijians to grow and eat healthier food. High blood pressure now more common in low and middle income countries, new report finds. Afghanistan, negotiations to bring 500 tons of urgent medical supplies ongoing, says WHO. Increased Syria violence prompts largest civilian displacements in a year, as gridlock stymies political talks. Drought, storms, intense rainfall and fires threatening millions in Latin America and the Caribbean. Bubonic plague putting young lives at risk in Dr. Congo, UNICEF. Don't call it ethnic, Itchery convict is a mystery. Afghanistan, what will happen now? The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. NPR's mind-rot logic, even the truth can be misinformation. Staggering costs, U.S. military equipment left behind in Afghanistan. Kamala Harris flight from Singapore delayed by 3 hours because of Havana syndrome. Operation Cyclone comes full circle, Western media ignores the CIA's role in the rise of the Taliban. The dangers of going back to school after a year of COVID-19 lockdowns. Central Intelligence Agency Chief William Burns secretly meets Taliban leader Abdul Ghani Baradar. FBI informant ran neo-Nazi terrorist group Atomwaffen Division, got paid handsomely to radicalize troubled youth. Dozens of senior Afghan officials, including spy chief, smuggled to Turkey. John Pilger, Afghanistan, the great game of smashing countries. Mayor de Blasio announces vaccine mandate for all NYC public school staff. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Oklahoma man charged in assault on AP photographer on January 6. House passes bill bolstering landmark voting law. Pristine Lake Tahoe shrouded in smoke from threatening fire. House passes $3.5 trillion Biden blueprint after deal with moderates. Another virus surge brings more misery to Louisiana hospital. White House staff are not required to get vaccinated for COVID. What does the Paralympics stand for? Did a pastor die after being buried alive in Zambia? Did Martin Luther write of the plague, I shall not avoid person or place? Video doesn't show America's Afghan allies being executed by Taliban. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Texas Lieutenant Governor Patrick's false claim about unvaccinated black people. Charlie Kirk misleads on White House vaccine policy. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Dababy, Boosie and hip-hop's love-hate relationship with homoeroticism. Matt Gaetz failed to properly disclose his abysmal book sales. Forget AOC, Pelosi has a problem with raging moderates now. The other two roasted Justin Bieber and became TV's funniest millennial comedy. Outraged backers say time's up, boss must resign. Why Gavin Newsom's big Latino problem could bring him down. These govs push antibodies, but oppose vaccine mask mandates. How Missouri's absurd new gun law hurts police departments and shooting victims. No Boys moving musical ode to the fall of Afghanistan. Antifa-hating cops keep taking the side of MAGA terror. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Charlie Watts life in photos. Rutgers football player to transfer from school over vaccine requirement. Tech exec sentenced for illegally obtaining $1.8 million in COVID relief. Pristine Lake Tahoe shrouded in smoke from threatening fire. Quick hook in 9th inning is turning into Yankees strategy. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Officials hope FDA's Pfizer COVID vaccine approval convinces holdouts. Fauci says U.S. could get control of pandemic by spring if vaccination pace picks up. FDA okay of Pfizer vaccine could bring more corporate mandates. Murder hornets in America, what you need to know. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Nirvana sued by Baby on Nevermind cover for child porn, exploitation. Army drill sergeant who shoved black man found guilty of misdemeanor assault. Water brand selling skateboards with blood from icon Tony Hawk. Black Bear porch pirate snags package from outside Connecticut home. Trump-backed Herschel Walker seeks Georgia Senate seat. Capitol rioter in Camp Auschwitz sweatshirt offered plea deal. Governor Hochul unveils tweaks to COVID rent relief program as end of eviction ban looms. Unvaccinated pregnant nurse dies of COVID-19. Devastated widower husband urges expectant moms to get the shot. NY politician proposes COVID vaccine mandate for school kids. Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts dies at 80, weeks after revealing he had unspecified medical procedure. The following headlines are from military.com. Biden, 75,900 evacuated from Afghanistan so far. Temporary Undersecretary of the Navy named. Cheated and guilty, the struggle for troops who missed out on combat. Storied Harlem Hellfighter Regiment to receive Congressional Gold Medal. Evacuation endgame approaches as Taliban and Biden hold fast to August 31st deadline. We Were Soldiers, effort to rename Benning Fort Moore gains steam. Soldier found guilty in confrontation with black man that went viral. In an image mocking the Marines, the Taliban shows off new propaganda savvy. Ramstein Air Base scrambles to house and feed 7,000 Afghan evacuees as onward flights to America begin. Navy reconsidering plan to cut medical staff in light of COVID-19 pandemic. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. In a first for Illinois politics, Lake County Treasurer accepts campaign donations of Bitcoin, Dogecoin and other cryptocurrencies. As school year starts, more Illinois kids hospitalized for COVID-19, but situation is far worse in other states. Man dies after being shot in exchange of gunfire with Amtrak police officer at Union Station. No injuries reported after multiple sailboats overturn, 2 people pulled from Lake Michigan in Evanston. Illinois schools flouting Pritzker school mask mandate banned from fall playoff games. Kanye West listening party at Chicago's Soldier Field will have no vaccine or COVID-19 test requirement but lower capacity. R. Kelly trial, witness says singer controlled girlfriends during CBS segment. Indicted Chicago Ald, Carrie Austin steps down as committee chair, she says at Mayor Lori Lightfoot request. Jerry Harkness, captain of the 1963 Loyola basketball national champions and a trailblazer for civil rights, dies at age 81. Corrections and clarifications. The following headlines are from phys.org. Peabody fossils illuminate dinosaur evolution in eastern North America. Protecting gardens and crops from insects using the smell of fear. Managers capture dissolved carbon dioxide, toxic ions from water. Detecting an unprecedented range of potentially harmful airborne compounds. Evolutionary time travel reveals enzymes' origins, possible future designs. Slow COVID vaccination to cost global economy $2.3 trillion, study. Catastrophic pollution plagues Libya beaches. Genetic mapping boosts hopes for restoring prized lake trout. Scientists launch effort to collect water data in U.S. West. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, August 25th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why are people so into astrology all of a sudden? Here are some of Darwin's strangest animal discoveries. Tiger stripes on a Saturn moon could be even more unique than previously thought. 50 best CBD oils for dogs. The 14 best dog foods for puppies. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. German business confidence dips for second consecutive month. Morocco regrets Algeria's decision to cut diplomatic ties. Ships resume docking at Ningbo port after 2-week shutdown. Duterte confirms he'll run for Philippines VP next year. Pick 6, who wins college football's biggest prizes in 2021? The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, August 25, 2021. Word Game, August 25th, 2021. Horoscopes August 25th, 2021, Blake Lively, a positive gain is within reach. Ask Amy, my boyfriend goes camping with his ex, do I need to put up with that? Harriet Cole, is my boyfriend's upsetting habit the sign of a personality disorder? Miss Manners, I was embarrassed by my house guest's terrible behavior toward my neighbors. Dear Abby, my husband confronted the handsy guy, and now we're the outcasts. Amtrak police exchanged gunfire with, fatally shoot California Zephyr rider. One dead in Triple East Contra Costa shooting. Traffic tickets on a sliding scale, is this some kind of joke? Roadshow. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Michael F. Burbage, Arlington Bishop, no one is transgender. Peter Meyer, Seth Moulton make undisclosed visit to Kabul. Fox News takes top ratings spot with Afghanistan coverage. Supreme Court rejects Biden request to delay remain in Mexico border policy. NRA cancels annual meeting due to COVID-19. Mike Waltz resolution rips Biden Afghan withdrawal as worst foreign policy blunder. House Democrats pass voting bill, likely DOA in Senate. U.S. rescue mission in Kabul races against time, Taliban crackdown. Biden accused of bowing to Taliban on Afghanistan pullout timetable. 8 million plus downloads lead to Mormon podcast inspired all in book. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Already, cracks emerge in Rep. Josh Gottheimer's Unbreakable 9. The EPA's rationale for banning chlorpyrifos may make it harder to eliminate other brain-harming pesticides. Portland's bizarre experiment with not policing Proud Boys rampage ends in gunfire. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 4-shot Tuesday in Chicago. Man dies after being struck by Blue Line train in Jefferson Park, police. Horoscope for Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. Quickly, Parker leads Skypass dream and opener of road trip. Thousands without power, flooding in parts of Cook County following storms. Looking for better judgment at the Chicago Park District. Man from California fatally shot by Amtrak police inside Union Station. Cubs providing plenty of opportunity in second half of growth. Yay for me, Kanye West asks court to legally change his name. Amita Health joins hospitals mandating vaccines, Northwestern Medicine, still not. The next headlines are from the Times of India. India committed towards clean, modern mobility, PM. GST collection of Rs 1.10 LCR will be new normal, FM. Review, new Honda Amaze tries to find a balance. Corona letter, vaccines protect but their effectiveness wanes. Government approves FRP of Rs 290/quintal on sugarcane. Google Pixel Buds A series go on sale in India. Did COVID originate in China lab? What US Intel report says. Industrial versus Ang Hive, Anderson removes Rahul early. Country now comes before profit for cause in Zeiss China. Afghan pop star Ariana Saeed's pictures go viral after she escaped from Taliban. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, August 25th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Tropics heating up in the Gulf of Mexico. GOP House election bill advances thanks to returning Dems. Things to do, Memory builds the Monument film screening. Tough decisions loom for Case Rio in trimming Texans roster. This week's best concerts. Eric Wagner, lead singer of doom metal legends Trouble, has died from COVID-19. Maria Rita's Cantina is a Tex-Mex delight. 4 thoughts on how good or bad the Astros might really be. Deshaun Watson paid awkward tribute for being named 18th in NFL Top 100. Bobby Rush talks about memoir I Ain't Studying Ya. The next headlines are about world records making news. Scots firm behind pocket-sized satellites takes aim at world record after Silicon Valley funding, the Scotsman. New Guinness World Record expected after Isle of Wight Row, Isle of Wight County Press. GBR World Record holder Reese Dunn wins a silver medal in the men's 100 butterfly, latest tweet by, latest lie. 3 Paralympic records fall during first prelim session of Tokyo 2020, swim-swam. Can't believe it, Aussie fights back tears 2 after crushing world record, Yahoo Sport Australia. World's largest and tallest observation wheel joins Dubai's record-breaking list, Hindustan Times. A new 3:59 world record, and a gold medal, a good day on the bike, paracycling, latest tweet by, latest lie. Scientists calculate value of pi to 62 trillion digits, claim new world record, Mint. Dame Sarah Story sets new world record in 3,000 individual pursuit, Yahoo Eurosport UK. Paralympic athletes to use UTC.mp4 prosthetics to break world records, Fox13now.com. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. New Zealand pursues COVID-0 as right-wing idiots lose their minds. Biden's cybersecurity summit will gather very important people to solve America's hacking problem. What If's deadliest episode was sadly also its most boring. The Matrix 4 has its official title and first footage. Pixel 6's under-display fingerprint reader revealed in quick glimpse. The Welcome to the Bloomhouse trailer promises a quartet of thrills and chills. This spec'd-out Game Boy Advance SP Sports next level features, but it's thick as hell. Unsurprisingly, the NSO Group's malware is targeting activists again. Number of people with hypertension has doubled since 1990, stressful report finds. Ghostbusters, Afterlife early reactions call it nostalgia done right. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Samoa in Iraq at 120.56 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.2 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Amundsen in Scott's South Pole Station at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Pressure mounts over COVID vaccines for kids, docs warn against off-label use. Years after its competition, Hulu begins streaming in HDR. Florida man catches COVID, delaying $6 Arizona vote audit. Halo Infinite to skip co-op at launch, we needed to pick a moment. President Biden to host InfoSec roundtable with tech giant CEOs. First images of Blue Origin's Project Jarvis test tank. Samsung punishes Galaxy Fold 3 modders by disabling their cameras. iFixit says the Playdate is a surprisingly reparable Game Boy throwback. Musk turns on Tesla's latest full self-driving beta, says it's actually not great. SpaceX may dig a tunnel to enable frequent South Texas launches. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Mike Lindell's legal team tries to bypass losing Dominion trial and go immediately to appeal. Charter school is hiding COVID cases from parents, whistleblower. Anti-mask Wisconsin Republican put on a ventilator as last-ditch effort fighting COVID. Pelosi beats the sabotage squad of conservative Democrats who try to blow up infrastructure deal. Neo-Nazis are using pop music on TikTok to secretly spread their propaganda, report. The Supreme Court launches a political torpedo right at the Biden administration. It breaks my brain, GOP pollster admits being exasperated by Trump supporters' vaccine refusal. Florida doctor shreds anti-maskers on CNN and asks why they don't protest against changing their underwear too. Trump supporters rage at all GOP Mesa County Commission after it votes unanimously to extend Dominion contract. Josh Duggar's attorneys ask court to drop child porn charges and suppress photos of his hands taken after arrest. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Denser cities could help curb carbon emissions, if the NIMBYs allow it. Working Class History is preparing to launch a labor rights app. Crowdfunding is on pace to get it done. Proud Boys leader now says he's not proud of his crimes. Boosters before the world is vaccinated isn't just unjust, it could prolong the pandemic for everyone. He was just trying to study COVID treatments. Ivermectin zealots sent hate mail calling him a Nazi. Guess which company ranks worst for environmental racism? They beat the odds to win the U.S. visa lottery, but crippling delays may keep them in Afghanistan. A naturopath's advice for reasoning with vaccine deniers. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. What to watch on Wednesday, Bob Ross, Happy Accidents, Betrayal and Greed on Netflix, The Washington Post. Very Large Array Next Generation Sensor will include NH antennas, The Union Leader. Rebecca Charbonneau, The Future of Scientific History, EOS. The Astrobiological Potential of Rogue Planets Daily Planet, Air and Space Magazine. The New Reality of UFOs, an interview with journalist Leslie Kean, Space.com. NASA's next search for life is in extraterrestrial oceans, Bloomberg. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, August 25, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Same old song and dance. Potential explanations for UAPs UFOs. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, August 25, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.